Alright, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to do something fun. We're going to play Doran Besieged by Time, and then we're going to see how many creatures we need to put in the deck to make it work, and how many other cards could just bolster it, and still compete with the metagame. So we're going to start with Zac Fair, not a card you see too often outside of +1/+1 counters or even Legends decks, but here it is an 0/1 that starts as a 1/2 and does work with Doran, and we'll talk about Doran here in a second. We have a Demi of the Silk Shoots, which still works with Doran because it's the difference between power and toughness. It doesn't have to have larger toughness. However, I did want something just to give our creatures indestructible, and we're going to play a couple and see if it works. We have Voice of Victory, which I think could potentially just be more mana creatures to help out the deck. I think that would probably be the smart choice, but we'll see how it goes. Bitter Triumph and Strategic Betrayal, just some spot removal for various things. We do have a Great Forest Druid, which is an 0/4, which obviously works with the bigger toughness thing, and gets us mana of any color. A couple of Formidable Speakers, so we can go search for things, whether that's a Doran or any of our other good creatures we're going to talk about here in a second. We do have Maelstrom Pulse, because a catch-all removal. Bedrock Tortoise. Obviously, if we're going to be playing things with big toughness, that makes those 0/4s actually be able to do something, which is super nice. And we have Ouroboros. It's a 1/3, technically fits the bill, and it does put counters on things. Doran, though, Besieged by Time. Now, if you play things that have a higher toughness than its power, they do cost one less, so that's something to consider for other things in the deck. However, whenever we attack or block, our creatures get +X/+X on return, where X is different between their power and toughness. This makes everything in the deck bigger by either one or more when they attack or block, which is super good. And Doran itself will get to attack as a 5/10 creature, which is kind of silly. But we do have Fecund Greenshell. Again, cheaper if we're lucky and we have a Doran. If not, it does actually let us ramp up. It can bump our team. It does have reach, so it's doing a few different things here. Bator akin to all, this gives us a bunch of different things. If we have 10, 20, or 40 toughness, can get to 10 pretty easy. Sometimes you get to 20. Rarely will we get to 40. But by then, your opponent's probably dead anyway if we've survived that long. And we do have a couple of Sapling Nurseries. So if we are ever to get to 40, this is going to be one way we could do it with the 3/4s we get from Sapling Nursery alongside the Fecund Greenshell. But we'll see if that works out that way. Quick bit of business. If you're going to buy Magic cards, go over to Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com, mostly because you'll get a 5% discount if you use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. That means you get to save money, you get to support the channel, and we get to keep making sweet videos. So think about it if you're going to buy Magic, because saving money is always good. Business out of the way, though, let's go see if this quirky deck with Doran can get anything done. No white mana means we can't keep this. This at least gives us options. The question is, what options do we keep? I guess as tough as it is, we probably have to get rid of Doran because we don't have black mana this time. Kind of funny. One hand, we needed white mana, didn't have it. This one we got needed black mana, didn't have it. I mean, we kind of just need mana in general because, okay, that'll help somewhat. Would you like to kill our Great Forest Druid? The answer looks like yes. Oh, they're just going to bounce it. Okay. Oh, why do I get the feeling we're playing against Synthesizer? The good news is we have one of our Maelstrom Pulses, which is kind of what they're here for. If they have it. Gonna just bounce it again? And do nothing else? I mean, seems alright, I guess. Trying to decide if I just want to play the Great Forest Druid again. Here's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to play this. Because if they have spot removal or something, they can't play it on our turn. So whatever they're going to do, it forces them to do it on their turn. And I have a backup Tortoise anyway. And by spending 4 mana, if I find an untapped land, I could play Forest Druid plus Maelstrom Pulse. Okay, well, I failed that anyway. So let's just get rid of that. Go attacking for 6. And I'll go ahead and play this. Alright, what else we got going on? Battlefront. That'll do it. Okay, so they get to make... Oh, you don't even get to make a 3/3. Well, that's interesting. Is there a way we could win on this turn? This would attack for 12. Oh, actually, Doran plus Tortoise is a win here. Because these attack for 14 exactly, right? Oh, or is it only going to be 13? No, it's 15, actually. Nice. Yeah, if anybody's wondering about this interaction, ignore the numbers that Arena is showing you because it makes it to where the cards kind of just make more sense. But here, not ignore the numbers, they're accurate, but the thing here is Doran gives everything plus X is equal to the difference in their power and toughness. So this makes the Bedrock into a plus, well, it'd be turned into a 6/12, and then it turns Zach Fair into, because it's currently a 1/2, so it gets a plus and plus one, so turns it into a 2/3. But the Bedrock Tortoise then says you deal damage with your toughness, so it's putting the number there to look like it's power. So the 6/12 now deals damage as a 12, and the 2/3 deals damage as a 3. So a lot of stuff there, but we basically one-shotted the opponent, which is kind of cool. So yeah, didn't see that coming, but we'll take it. Keep it. But man, this is another spot I can think of where maybe Voice of Victory should be a mana creature. But you never know. I could be wrong. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter which we play, huh? Would you like to duress me, opponents? And you know the crazy part here, too? It's probably still better to just play the Great Forest Druid here. Yep, there's a duress. In case we find something that costs 4 next turn. We didn't, however, so... I guess we go ahead with Voice of Victory. Problem is, all of our secrets are out of the bag, right? Now they know about a Demi, now they know, like, so it's like, alright. Looks like a mono black pile of stuff, though, so let's just see. We run this out. Run this out. Now we have mana for whatever we find. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I think I already know some idea. When you get to the end of the video, I already have a pile of ideas of what we should swap the deck into, I think. You could play a Demi and use that. Yeah, still just play this tapped and pass. There's a lot of things I think we could do. Discard. Yeah, sure. I have things I could discard, let me tell you. And Tiny Bones, sure. Do we flash in a Demi here? The concern is... Well, yeah, we still do. As long as we have Zach Fair, they can't really kill a Demi easily. And we could make a Demi fly. So we can still force the issue a little bit. If they're playing discard, are we wanting to potentially give them a Zach Fair? I don't think we care that much, actually. I'd rather have the mana. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Gosh, dang it. And this is when we lose life, right? They gain that much? Alright. Well, I guess they're trying to combo us? Don't know. And it's not even worth it to block Tiny Bones with Zach Fair, because then they just get it back anyway with the Harvester. So here, I think we need to hit something like the big tortoise, the green shell. And then at least we have a chance to block Conqueror or something. Otherwise, we're probably cooked. I mean, we have some good cards to draw, but we got to get there. Yeah, if you attack, we're not blocking, opponent. There's no benefit. Go to 18. Oh, there was that in the yard. Totally forgot. I mean, they can have that, though. I don't really care. They can't cast it right now. this is a little silly. Because they could sacrifice Burglar, copy Burglar, and then I have to give up the Zac Fair that's in hand. That's kind of gross. Oh, actually, no, because it would be gone. So they wouldn't be able to even... Wait. Yeah, because that's not even as a sorcery. Well, they exile the creature, though, so they wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I guess we cast it. This is likely going to be Burglar Rat, though. They won't get to copy it because it's exiled. It won't ever be in the graveyard. Yeah, and then we just pass. And then you play something that's part of your combo and we just lose. And that would make a lot of sense here. And... I don't know, maybe not. They're worried about demolition fielding here, so that's somewhat good news, I guess. They didn't just slam their options. They're only attacking for 5. Yeah, sure. I mean, nothing we're going to do about it. I mean, I could put a Demi in front, but that doesn't help our cause any. Oh my gosh. Oh, just land here? That's so brutal. Well, there's really nothing we can do. I mean, we're trying to draw our way out, and when you don't draw it, you're just stuck. Man, so many good cards here, too. Like, Baitor would be good. The Vakun Green Shell would be good. I mean... Gosh, so many things. Actually, to be fair, there's even an argument to be made for Doran could at least get us a shot in, like, 2 attack steps or something. But here, we're just in bad shape. I'm going to hold the Huskwood Verge because I'm assuming their last card's just a land. So if we find the Sapling Nursery, I can at least get some value off of it. All right, I'm going to assume they just have a land because they're not even using the demolition field. All right, this is the turn where we have to draw something. Tortoise, you're not quite it, friend. Not terrible, but definitely not it. Oh, so if we just attack, opponent blocks, like we could protect something with Zac Fair, play the other Zac Fair. Then they get 1, but then we just potentially die? Oh, man. Alright. Man, even just a removal for their Conqueror would have been fine. Unholy Annex. Why we're not making the 6/6 and just setting up a kill, I have zero clue, but this is a demon anyway, so sure. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to him. We drew so poorly for so many turns. We deserve to lose that. Alright, so after a few games, I think I kind of want to go in harder on our strategy. So I'm going to get rid of the Voice of Victories here. I'm going to play a couple of the Elf. Where is it at? Green ones. Man, y'all, I don't know how y'all deck build in this way. It's the worst. I know y'all like looking at it because everybody puts their stuff horizontal, but it's the worst. Like, I don't know how. You know, bless y'all that can do it, but not me. I mean, there's an argument we could be playing Druid of the Cowl, because at least a 1/3, but probably just going to go for the 0/4, because it just fits more. Overgrown Zealot. There you go. That's the one I'm looking for. A Demi seems fine. I'm also wondering, with Formidable Speakers, could we get away playing like 1 or a board, and then still sort of like having 3 if we want to draw them? Sapling Nurseries, while it's cool, is probably also not what I want. I'd rather just straight up draw Green Shells and Baitors, actually. So I'm going to increase those, removing the Nursery. Actually, you know what I really want? I want like a Planeswalker or 2. That's what I really want in this deck. But the problem is, if we do that, I think the only thing we can get rid of is probably a Demi. And that doesn't feel great, if I'm being honest. It's kind of scary, but I don't know what else we would do there. Though, getting rid of Demi's fine in a way, because we are replacing it with 2 cards that are also good against control. So, I guess that's alright. So, let's go. I think it's going to be 1 Vivian Reed, because also has versatility helping us find the cards that we want. Oko's cute. Wait, why did... Oh, because I don't have that checked. We could play an Elspeth, which would let our stuff come over the top, which I kind of like. And we did add some mana, so the deck being a little top-heavy doesn't hurt as much, I think. But then now, do we cut a green shell and play, like, another Maelstrom Pulse? Still leaves us 27 creatures. That's quite a lot. But we do have the mana to cast damn near anything fairly easily now. I don't know. We'll at least give this a try. This feels closer, I think, to where we want to be. Oh, yeah. Let's keep it. Also, let me say this, too. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't want to see a green deck with Badger Mole Cub and Llanowar Elves, whatever. But, like, those would even work in here and just be better in a lot of cases. I mean, yeah, sure, we like the bigger toughness things, but sometimes you're just trying to ramp into the right cards, you know? And just because those cards exist in a list doesn't mean the list can't be different, right? It's just like when you see blue decks. They're going to be playing the most efficient counter, the most efficient draw spell. Like, you're going to see those if you see blue, right? If we are playing against a white-based control deck, we know they're going to be playing all the right sweepers and blah, blah, blah. Like, those are things you already know. It doesn't mean they shouldn't be playing them, right? It's the right call to play them, actually. Let's do this, and then we'll fetch for a land next turn. It's almost same thing in black decks, right? You're expecting to see the rooms that make the demons. You're expecting to see whatever the spot removal of choice is. Right now it's like Requiting Hex or whatever, right? Shouldn't be surprised by any of those. And I think that's just kind of like, if you want to call it the green package of sorts, that's kind of what it is right now. Let's go get probably a white land in case something happens to our creatures. Avatar's Wrath or some such. But yeah, I'd like an untapped land. We might just play Doran here, though, and leave mana up to protect something. That being said, they could always just cast Avatar Aang here. Looks like they might. Nope. They hesitated. Ooh, now this is nice. We get rid of 2 creatures here? Because here's the thing. I feel like if we play Doran or Baitor, it's just going to get straight up countered. Whereas if we do this... I mean, I guess they could Avatar Aang to bounce their own thing, and we don't hate that. Because if they just airbend the Maelstrom Pulse, we'll just play it again. Oh, allies at last. That's what we're doing? Alright, then I guess we do that. Since we're going to lose the creature anyway. Okay, well, that worked out way better. I was not thinking the card was going to be allies at last. Okay. I was playing around in Avatar Aang because I just felt like the better card to have there. But this feels alright, actually. Sure. Earth Kings are no jokes. I will say that. Let's go Baitor, because now is probably our best chance, and we'll have 12, 16. Actually, maybe I go Green Shell first, because we have 4, 5, 6. I mean, we would need 9, so we're not going to get there. But I could Doran an attack here as well. That's a pretty hefty attack. Alright, let's try it. feel free to block if you want. I mean, it's a 17 ball, so why not? Okay. It also kind of forces the issue that if they have a way to get rid of something, it has to get rid of Doran here, I would think. And then we get Baitor to draw a card, have 2 blockers. I mean, we'll still be close to dead, though. Or double allies attack here. You have 2 blockers. Okay, they didn't have it, so that's good. So we Baitor first. Yeah, that's fine. We could live with that. Then we just get Doran for 2 mana next turn, which is great. We're at 16. Is there a way they beat us here? 12, 8. That put us at 20, so we would get to untap everything. So yeah, that works. Alright, not bad. In a perfect world, we'd like to draw the 06 Tortoise here too. So then they'd have to work around both Doran and the Tortoise. But, you know, we'll take what we can get. Another fun thing is, because we have Doran already airbent, if they were to play like Avatar's Wrath and then just we'd have to replay stuff, Doran does make everything cheaper. They have so much mana, though. I mean, what is that, 8 they have access to? With 2 cards. Okay, Avatar-ing, that's a legit card here. And they'll get to trigger their Earth King twice. Assuming they find a creature, but their deck's mostly creatures, so I would think they could find something. Okay, so they're gonna use Aang to bounce, I guess, Baitor, so they can get an attack in here. Sure. But now what? Alright, and one of those is Summoning Sick. So we Doran on the cheap. We Baitor for 1 now, because Doran reduces the cost by 1. We go ahead and play this guy for 1. And then we just set up an attack, right? Yeah. I'm just like, why would we not? I mean, they could block and trade for one of them, but... Oh, actually, you can't even trade because of Doran's ability. Making their... It's not the Tortoise where you attack with your toughness. It actually gives you the difference between the two. So take 8, go to 1. How much toughness? Oh, because these get the toughness till end of turn. That's sicko with Baitor, actually. We're going to hit 40 almost always. If we have these 2 out. That's funny. Accidental combo. Yeah, then we draw and tap and they lose life. Nice. Yeah, that works because the bonus they get from Doran lasts until the end of turn. And this is if creatures you control have toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. They were at 1, so that's it. Didn't think that was the way we were going to win that. Honestly, I thought we were going to need to block and then have another turn, but great. We learned something. Oh, this is one where I'm supposed to tell you, don't keep this hand. I'm keeping it for purposes of making content because I'm holding 2 Baitor and 2 mana creatures. But if these mana creatures die, our draws have to be super sick. You know what? You can have a Baitor here. Like, if that's your plan, so be it. We drew a Vivian, though. Alright, well, they know we have a mana creature, so I'm assuming the first one doesn't make it. Weird pause here, though. Not sure what that would be for. Wow, creature didn't die instantly. That's a surprise. Why did the creature not die? Are you just saving up to sweep the board? That would make a lot of sense. Alright, I guess I'll do this. I mean, they could just Day of Judgment next turn. We play another Forest Druid. And then hopefully eventually get a Vivian against this control pile. It's kind of our best bet here. Yeah, they can't target stuff here. Oh, outrageous robbery for just one? Alright. I mean, we do have some good stuff they can get from the robbery. But robbery for one was not what I was expecting. Interesting thing here, too. If they were to play, like, Strategic Betrayal and make us sacrifice something, I'm not totally sure which one I'm getting rid of. Oh, they're going to get rid of all my tortoises. I guess it's good they use the end on that, because they could also target Planeswalkers. Which, I am going to play a Planeswalker right now. I could save 2 life, but I just want to hide some information from the control player for the time being. We will get... Oh, I'll take an Ouroboros. That's fun. So now if they have more Planeswalker removal, they're going to be priced into using it here. Because they don't want me to just keep finding things. That's obviously bad for them. Even Baitor surviving gets us a card every turn, which is good against control decks, right? Like, their advantage is out carding you. Yeah, this is a spot. I was going to say, you have to make a decision, so sure. And they were probably wondering if we had removal here or whatnot. So if we play Baitor, then next turn we could Ouroboros and Druid. I feel like the opponent has spot removal here. Oh, they didn't. Neat. Sure. Alright. Well, we get a card for our trouble before everything goes away, so that's nice. I can't imagine they don't have a sweeper of the 8 different varieties. Whoa. Really? Alright. So the opponent is literally just trying to get rid of all your stuff. I guess they're playing a... This is weird, but it could just be some type of Orzhov Deku pile, which... I mean, we've seen stranger things. I guess you don't have removal here, so sure. Ooh, Formidable Speaker. I like that, though. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we get to 20, we just get to untap. That's not the most exciting thing here. So I'm just going to play this. Go attacking. And then... they didn't have the sweeper, so I'm going to play at least one of these. They know about this one already. In the turn. And the reason there is that we could potentially... Okay, they had it. I was going to say we could use that and then go get one of our other creatures, which we're going to do here. And then just play it, because we have so many land we can just get rid of. Let's go get... I guess Doran is fine here. The Ouroboros are gone. Yeah, let's go get Doran. Alright. See what other sweepers you got, because you're obviously playing a bunch of removal. Alright, they're going to draw. We will discard... I don't think there's a world where we're going to need that. It's got to be a removal. Cruel Claw's Heist, not it. That is going to be game, I think. Yeah. Because this is 5... Oh, no, it's not enough, actually. Not even close to enough. Interesting that they took Strategic Betrayal. I guess their plan is to play it, so sure. Let's go attacking. And the weird part is we don't know what the unknown card is. So I'm just thinking, like, what could they play here? It has to be something that gets rid of Doran that's not Strategic Betrayal. Alright, I mean, if you just top deck it, so be it. They have so much removal. Like, you just have it, you have it. Tortoises are gone. Doran's gone. Get rid of you. I mean, this still attacks, though. I guess it has to be you, right? Because Formidable Speaker at least still hits for 2, even if they get rid of Doran here. And, oh, and they had the removal for Doran. Ah, sick. Opponent just drew all of it. What are you supposed to do? Alright, Green Shell's fun here. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need 10? Hold on. I'm just thinking about if we think we can get to 10. 3, 6, 7, 8. But I would sack 1 to put us to 7. We could possibly get 1 back, would be 8, 9. Okay, so it doesn't really matter this turn. Well, it didn't get there anyway. This does give something indestructible, though. That is relevant. Oh, and Elspeth. Hell yeah. Alright. Love that. Pass a turn. Don't even care if they have a sweeper here. Nice. Ooh, boy. Let's keep it. And then I think we're going to have to use this to go get a swamp. And at least in this case, if we keep the Druid, doesn't really change much. If it dies, doesn't change much, because we just have Maelstrom Pulse following turn. So this isn't bad. And sometimes that's the idea, too, with your mulligans. Not just, can we cast stuff? Also think about possible scenarios, right? Like, if, like we're saying, if this dies, what does our hand look like? Okay, well, not the worst thing, because we still have a way to get rid of something relevant while we're looking for something else, right? But if it lives, then okay, maybe we draw one of our 4 mana things. And, well, we don't have Duress anymore, or Maelstrom Pulse anymore because of Duress. And now the secret's out on what we're doing. So that's the downside. But, hey. I will say this, though. Been seeing a lot of discard and a lot of mono black here lately after the monthly reset. So I guess this is what a lot of people are doing down at gold and silver these days. But to each their own. Alright, so we want to find 4 mana thing and then untap land next turn. In that order. And it's... Okay, we got the 4 mana thing. Now do we find an untap land? Because if they have a removal spell, they have to target the tortoise here, I would think. Though if I were them, I'm probably targeting the druid because that's scarier. Interesting. I guess people are just afraid of planeswalkers. I probably would have gotten green shell, but teach their own. Well, with us not drawing a land, here we go. I mean, what else are we going to do? Like, we don't have the land, we got to attack. Okay, Slasher's legit. Till we find a removal spell. Nope, didn't find it. I'm just going to not attack, actually. Because, I mean, they probably just played Demon here. Nope, it's a Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, that's better for us, not great. Alright, we've had forever to draw a land deck. Like, do us a solid here, come on. Untap land, please. Oh, and of course. Of course. Ugh, so sick. I mean, at some point, they're going to just draw something and beat us here, right? We're only losing this one because we didn't draw land. Like, if it wasn't for that, we'd have been set. That's oddly, like... well, a little bit late on the draw there. Yeah, sure, and it's a land that's tapped anyway. Alright, we lose. We didn't really get to play much Magic there. Sure, let's try it. There's a Maelstrom Pulse. Oh my gosh, we're doing that? Alright. Probably gonna have to Maelstrom Pulse a sheltered by Ghost here, sadly. It's usually how it goes. Oh, you're going to get Halaya and a shelter? And you get a card? You got the best turn possible. Alright, that's less concerning, actually. I mean, still a good turn for them, but way less scary than it could have been. Gonna get rid of this, because this is a bigger problem. As much as it would have been nice to have, like, either of these on the battlefield. There's Halaya, just a new one, not even the old one, and then Hajani's Pride Mates. Okay. That's a thing, I guess. A little bit of a weird scenario. Not what I expected. So why did we do that? I'm going to assume there's just no shelter, right? Because you would have sheltered and attacked. At least one time with all that going on. I would think. So I guess we green shell. The problem is, like, Doran we can still block. Green shell we possibly can't. Because this becomes a 6. Doran also leaves 2 things untapped, which I like. So if we have to chump block, then we could actually still get rid of a shelter and get Doran back. I mean, it's not great, but it's a thing. Okay, so they did have a shelter. Fair enough. I guess we don't block. Like, I don't love it, but it's like, okay. Oh, we drew a 3rd Doran. Gosh dang it. Alright, get rid of the shelter. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Could I... Dang it, I'm already stuck into choosing? Because I just realized I have 5 mana. I could just target the dude. Ah, well. I mean, it looks like they have something they could play to protect the creature anyway. So it's probably better I don't target the creature. Yeah, they have something here. Yeah, I'd venture to guess they had the card they needed. A lot of these decks are playing several types of things that can protect a creature. Particularly the one that, like, gains life from Final Fantasy. You see that one a lot. Man, the rough part is, even if we get to keep Doran, we can only cast 1 spell no matter what. Our hand's not cooperated here. Now, it's possible the opponent might not know how Doran works, so we might be able to get him here. They're going to attack with 7, and we could double block. Oh, we got him, coach. We got him. And they don't even get to kill one of our creatures. Because Doran doesn't say, like old Dorans, that it just uses the toughness. This is +X+X. So we get super block. Yep. The shame concede. Man, I feel like we weathered a storm there. That felt like that was going to get so bad for us. Fortunately, we got the 2 Maelstrom Pulses early. But man, this, whew. I remember saying in the preseason, though, we're going to get at least 1 or 2 games because people aren't going to know how Doran works. And it's already happened, so not a surprise. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll keep it. Though I have to admit, I thought I was being crafty with secret tunnels, but now I don't really know. All right, let's sack this. Let's go get a swamp. Don't really have much else to do here, really, right? Let's go ahead and just play Zac Fair. Wow, the deck had a red-white deck had nothing to do on their turn and nothing to do on our turn. What? Who plays that guy? This is just straight up mice the hard way. Okay, then. That's a thing that happens. Damn. What are we even supposed to do here? I was not ready. I was ill-informed. Yeah, we just pass, I guess. I don't know. We can't attack. Ether Spark? Crazy. If somebody has a good Ether Spark deck, I would love to have that list, because I feel like we should at least be playing something with the Aether Spark at this point, because the card's been so bad. Alright, we can cast Doran, attack into the Aether Spark if we want to, for a good chunk. Do a little bit of something there. Then the fun part with Doran is you also could, like, Formidable Speaker, get, like, health. We have the mana. We could go get Ouroboros or something and play them both, because... Oh no, Ouroboros still costs one more. We would need another untapped land. When it attacks, you may make 2... Okay. Opponent's just deep in their bag trying to take advantage of Ether Spark every way possible, I guess. Doesn't really matter to us, though. We're going to off this guy, and I think we're in pretty good shape from here. Let's go and do this. With the look of our hand, even if they have a sweeper, I don't think we care that much. Let's just go get stuff to set ourselves up for success. Let's go get a tortoise. We'll make sure we end those shenanigans. And admittedly, I could have played this much safer. I didn't have to play the speaker there. I could have left mana up to use Zach Fair to save Doran. Like, there were a lot of things we could have done there. What? Okay, it's a 3/3. Yeah, I don't even know what we're up against here, but I guess we're good. I don't know. Oh, I guess I should have just played Tortoise. That would have been a win, huh? That was silly. Alright, well, we'll attack with these just the same. Yeah, Tortoise would have allowed us to win, I think. Because I would have made that 6. No, it only been half their life. Assuming they chump block Doran, we would not have beat them. Alright, opponent, what do you got going on? I don't think we lose to anything here. Unless it's just exile outright on a bunch of creatures, but then our next turn's still pretty good. Whenever it attacks, what does this do? +2/+2 for each artifact? Yeah, sure. You got it. So this was just, it wasn't really about Aether Spark, it was more that Aether Spark was an equipment. So we just probably saw the slow end of their equipment draws, what this is. Yeah, that's a thing. And then we just attack for lots many. Yep. Play Tortoise. Go get them, team. Everybody's big. This is a case where any 2 will do. They can block and take exactly 9. Alright, good stuff. Okay, so I think the second version's way better than the first version. I goofed off a bunch trying to figure out cards that were good or bad or whatever. And the first version, I think, just had too many clunky draws that were also susceptible to a lot of the like spot removal, and they didn't have much to do after that. This version, I feel like the biggest difference, if you wanted to change something, would be maybe including a creature that removes graveyards. So it's a thing you could search for with Formidable Speaker. Or just going in and swapping maybe one Bitter Triumph for another Strategic Betrayal. Because I think graveyard stuff could still be pretty weak for you. Any type of Reanimator stuff is probably going to be bad. That aside, you can hit very hard with this version. And I still stand by the fact that, yes, people don't want to see so much Llanowar Elf Badger Mole Cub. But the reality is, if this Zac Fair were to change into Llanowar Elves and, you know, one of these O3s turns into Badger Mole Cubs and we swap one of something else, so you could play a full set of Elves and Cubs, I mean, you could just have, like, Baitor and something else on turn 4, or turn 3, really, depending on how your setup is, right? Like, that's kind of cool, right? Do you need to do it? No, but does it help the deck? Yeah, probably. You know what I mean? So I get it. I just consider that just like, hey, it's a green creature package that if you're doing anything with attacking is your main way to win, it kind of makes sense. So I do want to throw that out there. Could you do it? Yes. But once we made the change to the deck, it was pretty sweet. Now, the last deck we played against, I think the opponent, like I said, at best saw one of the worst draws they would out of their artifact equipment decks. So take that for what it is. But we did get to see Baitor do its big thing, right? We got to see Doran in conjunction with the Tortoise, which was super sweet. We saw Planeswalkers come into play and do stuff after we made the change. Maelstrom Pulse pulled their weight for sure. So it's a deck that at least has all the right options. So if you want to play Doran, here's at least a starting point. I do still think there's a lot of flexibility here. If you want to add some discard or whatever, I think that's more than fine. But overall, this deck's actually pretty sweet and a lot of fun. So yeah, thumbs up. We'll probably come back to this late in the season to try to come up with something else to do with Doran. But for now, this is a decent option. Link could be over on Moxfield if you want to give it a shot. Otherwise, that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.